Well, hello everybody, welcome to Robert's Train Set again. I'm sorry, but I'm still not able to do this running session. And you might notice the title of this might have got your intrigue a bit. So, bits and Robert's Bobs. And you might think that's really strange, but why is it number 3? It's because I've done 2 of these before, about 2 years ago. They went quite well, really. Yeah, they went quite well. So I thought I'd resurrect the franchise again. For the simple fact that I cannot get up in that loft and take the time it needs to do a video, or, you know, a running video. So in this I'll explain a bit why I can't do it, whereas I can do a bit of filming for this video. And it's called Bits and Bobs basically, but I just use my name because there's a lot of bits in it, bits and bobs. So I think we'll start off with the first thing, and I got a delivery this morning. And if I just say now that it's the 26th of August, and it's about 11 o'clock in the morning, and I've just, about half an hour ago, I had a delivery. And I'll show you the box first, I think. Hey, you might be a bit surprised. I'm just going to go down and get it. It's on the floor. So, here it is. When the delivery driver delivered that, I thought, blimey, why is it so big? And I still don't know because I've not opened it. So I put it back down again. So as always, I'll open it and have a look in whatever. But what's in it, I feel I've got good value. And today was the day that we had the announcement of how much our fuel bills are going to go up. Now, if you're not in the UK, we have a body that sets a maximum amount that the gas and the electricity people can charge, and that's steadily been going up and up and up because of what's going on in the world, and I'm sure you're being affected it as well wherever you live. So it went up quite a bit today, and it comes in October, and we need to save our money that we have to pay these enormous bills, and they are enormous, you know, in cases sort of thousands of pounds a year. So anything you can get that seems to be good value in our model railway line has got to be good. So I'll get these out and I'll show you what they are. Now, surprisingly, what I've bought, I went on YouTube and put what they are in the search, and I actually only got 2 videos up. There don't seem to be any unboxings or anything, so I might do a very quick unboxing, not a great deal, but a little unboxing of the 2 separate items I bought, multiplied by a few. So we'll see how we go. And then hopefully I will get up in the loft to film them. And what I'd like to do is show you my large prairie, which as you saw was fixed. I'll show you the locos that I've now put through the system, including the large prairie that can run in iTrains automatically. And I'll show you this new train with what you might feel is it's a surprising loco on the front of it, possibly. Although in history it did happen. Yeah, with a pinch of salt. So hope you look forward to that. So I'm now going to open this, and then I think it'll probably be getting on for my lunchtime. So we'll see how we go. So I've gone on a bit here, but so the last thing I'd like to say before I go and undo it, I've had quite a few subscribers come on, which is very pleasing. Thank you very much, and I do thank you all. If you're new to the channel and you've not seen me before, except for what made you click on the join, I hope you like this. But I am trying to get a running session going. But there will be some trains running in this later on. All right, everybody? So, cheers, everybody. Cheers. See you in a minute. All right, bye. After opening the box, this is what I found. A load of this brown paper. And if we look into the box, you can see my 4 boxes down the bottom, long way away. And this brown paper was just on the top. And when I put it back in, it was, you know, and compressed it. What I will say is there wasn't any protection under the boxes. So if it had been dropped, then it wouldn't have helped. So as you can see, a Cura scale. And, you know, it's not a huge box, but we've got a few wagons in them, obviously. So as you can see, they're very well packaged. And this is one lot of boxes. So I've got 2 packs with the EWS wagons with all different numbers. And this is how they come in the box. And, you know, you've got the plastic sleeve round, the solid box, then plastic over them holding them in, and that plastic round. So very good. And this is the other set of boxes, which are the DB Schenker branded ones. So very good. So here's one of the EWS ones out of the packet, and you can see there's polythene around it, and you can see at the bottom where the wheels are. It's so tight I had to cut it off. I couldn't slide it off. And there it is. I cut it off along the bottom. And when I got them all off, it's sticky. One side of it is sticky, not very sticky, but sticky. So it holds everything together, I suppose. So here's the wagon unwrapped. And they're a really nice wagon, aren't they? And I took the flash on the end because they weren't coming out very well. Yeah, we've got the covers on the top, which is great. I really like that. All boxes obviously had the etched drawing there, line drawing. And these were the history of it, really, or history of that type of wagon. And it was very interesting, so you might want to freeze this and have a read of this. It was quite good. And it might help you later in the video. And obviously these are all the parts, hell of a lot. And on the same bit of paper I put out the detail pack for each wagon. And as you can see, we've got couplers there, and well, the coupling links, I suppose, isn't it? And the vacuum pipes, and some of it's metal, so it's good. I mean, great. So these are the EWS ones, and they're the DB Schenker ones. Why we got a one blue one, don't know. Welcome back. A bit nearer this time. I haven't got to get a big box in here, have I? That was enormous. I can't even get it in my cupboard. It's sitting there under the stairs. I think that might be broken down and put into the recycling, because it's huge. As you saw in my little photo session there, did you agree with what I was saying? Did it make sense? I don't know. Please let me know if you want, please. I think first of all, I've had my lunch, but I've got another cup of tea. So I've got the old Mallard mug out. Oh, and that's lovely. That's lovely. I do like that. So as you've seen, I took some photos of this, and this is the EWS one. But I've also got a DB Schenker one, and I bought 2 packs of these, of each. So you get 3 wagons in each pack. And what I was saying at the beginning about everything going up, the other week I bought some Daypole banana vans, didn't I, for around about £10 each. And I thought, you know, that was quite good value, and so did most of my viewers, I think. So you've seen the detail on these, and you know, they're stunning, like Acura scale stuff usually is. But if you buy it through Acura scale, which is what I did, and you buy more than one pack, they give you a bundle price. And these have actually worked out, I believe, at sort of £22.60 odd each. That's total. So I took the total amount I paid for these, because that's all I bought in that order, and I divided it by the 12 wagons that I've bought. And it works out at £22 something or other, and it's on that bit of paper over there somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. Be back in a minute. Yes, I've got my bit of paper now. I've got a terrible memory, as you all know. So they worked out at £22.48.5p each. So I had to look on Hornby do these, don't they? I don't know how long they've been out, I must admit, but I went on their website yesterday, so you know, right up to date. And if you bought a pack of 3 like I've bought, they would have worked out at £28.33 each. But onto that you add the postage. Now the postage on these was free. And if you bought a single one of these from Hornby, it would be £29.99. So these are discounted by buying more than one. Now, yes, you could buy just one. You know, they're a lovely wagon. And what drew me to them was they're very colourful. And the really good one is I'm not exactly, you know, I'm lazy. I don't have to put a load in these. They've got the covers on, so they can either be full or empty, whichever you want them to be. So that was another good one for me. And these have spring buffers. They've got spring buffers on them. So really, really good. And there is a detail pack, which I shall try and find. As you can see, you know, there's quite a detail pack in there. It's pretty good. Whether I'm going to stick all that on, I don't know. Probably not. They are really packaged well. I must say they are really packaged well. Now you saw maybe in the photo this with the sleeve on it, and I'm not kidding you. On that particular one, I could not actually slide the sleeve off. I had to cut it off with a pair of scissors underneath, which is what you saw with the cellophane. So they are really well packaged. So what I said about putting them in the box, the big box, can be tempered somewhat by the amount of protection that Acura scale put around them, you know, from the factory, so to speak. So I've nothing against the way they packet them. I just think sometimes you could be really, really unlucky and that box could be really dropped. Now, being a big box like that, it's far more likely to be dropped on the floor, or even dropped when they were handling it. So, you know, it could go on one corner, couldn't it, from a height, and your box is right there. So, even though it is a really substantial box. So, I'm going to show you the DB Jenker one when we're up in the loft, hopefully running them. And obviously they are basically the same, but just with different graphics on. So, I will also up there just, you know, do a little bit of detail on them. I'm not an expert in any of this, but what I would say to you is I did do a photo of the gumph that came with this, or rather the you know, the history, and I was really, really surprised how involved the history in these. You know, these are only the latest incarnation, albeit stretching right back to the 90s. Of success, you know, ones that it succeeded. So I found that quite good. So I hope you can have a good read of it, you know, and hopefully find it as interesting as I have. So I'm waffling on here, I know, but I can't go up and do my running session, so I'm making a video, all right? Cheers. So everybody, it's the same day and I am up in the loft and the time is fast approaching 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm sorry I'm not staying up here very long. The safest place for my wagons until they go in the drawers, which I shall show you in a minute, is on the track. So that's what I've done. So I'll give you a quick look at them, all 12. But as it is at the moment, it's just about 88 degrees Fahrenheit. But I am getting a slightly more optimistic of being able to do some serious filming, because this morning at 6:30 it was about 69, because we've had a reasonably cold night. Yeah, cold in inverted commas, but yeah, 12 degrees, 11 degrees, cools it down. And very promisingly, 3 hours later, it had only gone up to 73, which would be perfectly all right for me to film in. But as you see, now at 1:30, sorry, about 5 to 1, it's nearly up at 90 now, and the sun's been out, so that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to show you the wagons, and they look great on the layout, I must admit. And I think tomorrow morning I will come up and I'll put a loco on them, and we'll give them a run round, along with the banana vans and the now into iTrains large prairie, which is sitting over there. So tomorrow I will show you some of the locos that are actually up here that I have actually done. So let's turn the camera around and we'll have a look, shall we? So there they are, all stretching away before us. So I'll give you a little bit of a closer view of these, handheld, and then I'm gonna, I really am sorry, I'm gonna have to call it a day, all right? So the first 6 of these are the EWS. In other words, the first ones I took out the packaging. And I'm at a loss at this, perhaps somebody can let me know. One of those wagons in those 2 packs had the blue top on it, but all the DB Centre ones, which are stretching down there, are all red. Any reason for this, I wonder? It does make a nice break between the 2 rakes. We'll mix these up, because that's what would have happened when EWS was probably taken over or being amalgamated into DB. That's what it seems to say in the paperwork, and I think that would have happened, you know. So there's only one thing to do before I go. What locomotive do you think I'm going to put on the front of this? If you read the notes that I've done for you to read, you might have a guess. If not, you'll have to wait until whenever I film it, and I'm hoping it will be cool tomorrow, so we'll see how we go. So cheers everybody, and we'll get on. So I did say I'd do a little bit on why I won't go up there and film a lot, and this is part of it. This is how I get my wagons up into the loft from below, and I'll just give you a little tour around the house to show you where all the stuff is. So as my clock in the hall strikes 1 in the afternoon, you can see it's quite a steep pair of steps I have to go up, albeit eminently solid and really nice to go up. Not a qualm going up these at all. And if I then just follow you round, because I don't really like to leave stuff up in the heat, even if I had room to leave it, we'll just walk through into my spare bedroom, and I have this wondrous chest of drawers here. And is it full of clothes? No. There's stuff there. There's stuff there under the bubble wrap. I use a bubble wrap to do 2 layers, or even 3 sometimes. So they're all my goods wagons, and they're all my carriages, or not all of them, because we've got some more. So let's go to the next place. I shall walk slowly. So again, this is a really nice chest of drawers, which was my wife's, and really nice. It's really different. But is it full of clothes? Yeah, that one is. But no, more carriages with a bubble wrap. And the next one, no, more clothes. And underneath are all my wagons, you can see. And a good few of those are Cura scale. So, yeah. So I've now got the camera propped on the step ladder that I go up in the loft in. And to get everything up there, ready, on the tracks, ready to go, as you can imagine, is quite a amount of work. And going up and down, up and down, up and down when it's hot, I just do not like it. I get really hot. I'm hot now. I've only just done this little bit for you now, and I am hot, you know. So I'll go and sit outside to try and cool down. So anyway, we'll come back to this hopefully tomorrow morning when it's cooler, and then I can run some trains for you. Okay? Cheers. And in case you were wondering, those new to the channel, which again I thank you for joining, my locos are down here in the lounge in a display cabinet. So it's the first shelf full. Now some of them are upstairs, but some of them are here, as you can see. Sort of fighting for space between Marilyn's bits and pieces. I have moved some out, but I do like to keep some of her stuff going, you know. Yeah, it's nice memories, isn't it? Now, I'm not sure that if I did keep all these up in the loft, they would actually deteriorate, because the 101 DMU, which is parked in that terminal station, has been there all the time, all this heat, 100 degrees, whatever. And I ran it the other day, perfect, not a problem. So maybe they'd be all right, but I just feel happy I have them down here. And as I say, there's not an awful lot of room up there to store them safely, and they're really safe here, aren't they? So see you upstairs tomorrow, hopefully. Bye. Well, here we are up in the loft. So it's the following day in the morning, about 9:15 in the morning now, and about 75 degrees up here now. Now I've been up here an hour and a quarter. Sorting these out. So in a moment I'll show you some video through this camera, but I've also got a couple of my other cameras going at the moment, which when you see it on the video you'll probably hear my voice, but yeah, so we'll see what we get out of that. I don't want to stay up here too long. So what we've got on the layout today is obviously the complete new set of wagons that I bought, and also the banana train, but not in its entirety. I've had to take 3 wagons off of it. 2 reasons. One, it needed to fit into the block, and secondly, I don't know why, but it seemed that the yellow banana wagons don't like going clockwise round this outer third layer, third line. Seem to derail over there. So I don't quite understand that. I've checked the back-to-back, seems all right. Might be just the length of the train, I don't know. But anyway, it's worked quite well. I have the sound on the large prairie, and it's going quite well. And it, from time to time, stops. So obviously, you saw the box earlier on for the CDAs, and they're running around perfectly. I've put them on, and they literally just run round. I must admit they're a little bit noisy. They sound like they got a bad axle, you know, like you have on the real railway. Perhaps that's been engineered in, I don't know. But yeah, they're going really well. And I've got the locomotive that if you had read the history of them, you might realise what it is. And that's got its sound on as well. So let's get lower down onto the track and we'll have a look, shall we?
Should be, isn't it?
So why the trains are stopped at the moment, get a good view of the Fife's banana van and also the DB wagon. But if I pan across, here's my new Rails point motor, which I've used to replace one of those Hornby ones. I've still got a Hornby one on here because I want to compare how this one goes to the Rails one. So I did find this very, very easy to fit. There is so much adjustment allowed on it that it's almost impossible not to get it right. But what I did notice was that the hole that you put over the pin was miles big, absolutely miles big, as you can see on the other side. So one of my subscribers suggested using a bit of wire sleeve to make it a bit fatter, and that's exactly what I've done, and it's worked absolutely perfectly. You've probably got to be very careful not to break the pin off or break anything like I've done before, but that worked lovely. And it absolutely does work superbly. And I just connected the wires into the wires of the old one, and yeah, worked first time. I got the wires the right way round. I would only say it would be nice to have a bit more wire on them, that's all. But luckily it was just long enough to reach where I'd connected the other one into. So now I'll just show you it working. So just clicking on my computer screen on this point, and here we go. You can see, absolutely magic. And at the same time, this one changed. So if I now click it again, there we are, and back to this one. And that was exactly what wasn't happening last time. The one that is now still the Hornby point motor was working, but this one wouldn't. So I'm very pleased. Great. So the other thing I was going to show you was the engines that I'd got ready for iTrains. So if we just pan along the rails, past the cars and the buses and the container, we have a class 52 Western in the unloading shed. What they're unloading out of a 52 Western, I have no idea. And next to it, we've got the Deltic, the new Deltic. I've got that into the system, the same as I have with the large Prairie. And I'll creep round this post and we'll have a look at the other bits, the other engines. And my large Prairie train, banana train, is still merrily going along by itself.
stopping and starting. So yeah, we have the Deltic, and then poked in one side of the engine shed we have Lord Nelson, and the other side of the shed we've got the Thompson L1, which seemed to run very well. And finally, well, not quite finally, we've got the Black 5. So I'm sure she'll be coming into her own on one of these trains that I'm going to run. And then we need to do a big hop to the small fiddle yard sidings and have a look at what we got there. I suspect you might have seen this in various shops, but yes, we've got the 06 diesel Barclay one running. Now yes, it does still stop a bit and whatever, but I have got it to work, and as you can see I've got the banana wagons that I couldn't put on the main train, and I'm probably going to get this to shuttle between, not the track that it's on at the moment, but the one that you can't actually see, and do the little trip round there, round the bridge and back again. Whether that will work or not, I don't know. I'll have to try it when I do the running session. So I'm quite pleased that I've been up here all this time and it's not got too hot. And it is still only about 76 in here, which is very good coming up to 9:45. So we'll just have a very quick look at these. And I have got my new strip light on, which is above me, and I think it does help to illuminate them. And as I say, I'm not sure why this one's got a blue cover on it. All the others are red, as we've seen. So anybody that can enlighten me, I would be very happy in the comments if you would, please. So just as we see the banana train do its last pass, I hope you've enjoyed this. And as I said earlier, thank you all my new subscribers, and obviously all my old ones as well. Thank you very much for your support. And yes, there will be a running session at some stage, but I hope you'll be happy in the meantime with what I've done on this little one.